Okay, so welcome to Footy Chat. Our first, I don't know, is it a podcast or is it even is it what YouTube recording? How do we call it? Footy Chat.
Footy Chat.
Yes.
Just two guys talking about.
Just two guys talking about football. World Cup
Mm-hmm.
preparations for the Black Stars. World Cup preparation for the Black Stars will be our first topic. We'll be talking about it most of the time before the World Cup. My name is Fifi IT and this is Nana Basao.
Late.
Yes, so we were actually supposed to come to you earlier during the AFCON, but things didn't happen that way. But we promise you that at least we're going to give you one recording every single
That's
week.
because Fifi is a serious businessman.
It's very easy.
Fifi is a serious businessman, so he didn't get time for you.
But this one we are committed.
Didn't they?
Definitely. We have what, three months to the World Cup, right?
Yeah, roughly 3 months.
Hopefully the World Cup will come on. We hope it will come.
It was 100 days about a week ago, right? So
Yes.
It should be around 90 something.
Yeah, so 3 months and some days. Yes, so this is our first edition, or should I say first episode on Footy Chat. Our main plan is to talk about the preparations of the Black Stars. There's been a lot of things on the media going on about, first, our technical team. People are not very convinced about our head coach. But let me start with, I hope you know that, or you've read that they've added or beefed up.
Yeah, with about 5 people.
Do you think it's going to make a difference?
So, based on what I saw of their CVs, it's not enough.
Okay.
Based on what I've heard a few people say is that a few of them, about 3 out of the 5, were at the last AFCON. The last AFCON that we participated, and they were also at Qatar. So they don't see it as anything new, and it's actually improving the team. But for the right reason, it's not that terrible or a bad decision. I believe that the main issue would be if they are the right materials. I believe there should be more, but are they the right materials?
But maybe the time that we have. For example, the Black Queens, they came last.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm a big fan. I watch the way the Black Queens play. It's played very well, especially when they played England.
Yeah. They seem very organized.
Yes, and there's cohesion. That's one thing we are lacking in the Black Stars, especially if you watch our qualifiers. Even though we're winning, but sometimes you could see that cohesion wasn't really there.
The main issue is that for years the Black Stars have not really produced top strikers. We've had one every generation. No, we've had one every generation.
Okay, yeah, even from where
even when we had very good teams, we've had one every generation.
Senegal 92, we had what?
Tony Abuwa. We practically have one every generation. We don't produce a lot of strikers.
After Tony Abuwa, we had Kwame Ayew. And after Kwame
Ayew, probably after 96, we didn't see him again. Matiyama. He's a decent guy, but he's...
and then we had Asamoah.
I saw him more of a 10 than a 9.
Yes. And Asamoah after Asamoah,
Jordan. We don't produce a lot of...
fading out.
Yeah, we don't produce a lot of strikers. So we've always relied on our natural ability to midfielders.
But now we have a lot of wingers and midfielders.
We've always had good wingers for the Black Stars, but currently it seems there is an abundance of them, which is a good thing, which is only a headache for the head coach because he has to select who plays and who goes to the tournament. But our major issue is in Ghana, for a very long time, it seems every single player we have could play 6 or 8.
Oh yeah, I think
for some reason,
every professional player.
Yeah, from Ghana, even the defenders and the strikers, if you put them there,
they are comfortable.
They are comfortable. You move Kuja Samoa from playing on the wings to playing in the middle as a 10 or as a 8. It was easy for him. Sulari Muntari, easy. He moved, like Kingston went to Hearts and he was no longer a winger and was playing as a 8 or a 6. So most of our players, if you convert them into those positions, wasn't easy. So even when we didn't have an out and out
Striker.
midfielders,
I'm still getting goals.
yeah, we do, and our midfielders have always scored. This year, Apia. Every other game you get one midfielder scoring, then if you get a striker scoring, you get two. It wasn't always an issue. But our main issue has been our midfield at the moment. And the only reason why we are not playing was because for a long time we seem not to have a recognized midfielder. Partey is good, but Partey has been on and off the past 5 years.
We have Sibo.
Sibo wasn't playing, but he's played the last 5 games. It's not bad.
Yes.
Oviedo.
And Partey too is having issues because of the court cases.
But even aside that, he hasn't really been fit for. Partey has not played up to 50% of our games in the last 5 years.
Yeah, mostly in
even the qualifiers and the rest. He hasn't really played a lot of games since the Qatar World Cup.
Yeah, true.
Even before the Qatar World Cup, when we were playing the AFCON qualifiers, we didn't really play that much. So we've realized that without Partey, there's a big problem. And for a World Cup that is going to be easily almost 6 weeks long. If we are going all the way, and if we are hoping to go on the way, Partey, we can't rely on Partey totally.
Any alternatives or replacement
for Partey? There are not fielders there, but the issue is that there's been injuries there too. Ryan Sulemana got injured, came back.
And
Ashimero.
I think he was injured, but
yeah, he came
back playing.
He's gone to a different team. He was actually in the team with Jerry Afrie, and I've forgotten the name.
I'm really a fan of how he plays.
Yeah, he's good. But since I started watching him, he's never totally played a 90 minutes for Ghana before. By 70 minutes, he's set.
He has fitness issues.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking at the whole team from goalkeeping positions to the strikers position, but we were talking about the new people who've been drafted in the managers, or should I say the people to beef the technical team. Do you think, because me for example, I'll give you a very good example, through the qualifying series, the World Cup qualifying series, yes we were scoring, yes we were winning games, but we're not really playing beautiful football. Sometimes we look a bit disorganized. For example, when we played Chad, in our group, every single country beat Chad. With the exception at home.
With Chad, I believe with Chad, we are not being honest with it. We went to the game plan that backfired in our face.
Because even the equalizer, the guy had so much space to maneuver, and then he shot and he went inside the net.
So the issue with Chad, I believe the main issue with Chad was we were going to play Mali the next game, so we were extra careful. The pitch wasn't that good, it was artificial, so they don't want the players to exert themselves. We decided to, when we got the goal, we decided to slow our game down. We intentionally slowed the game down.
But we also wasteful, especially in the first half. We could have gone up by 2 or 3.
Yeah, but the second half we just told ourselves to slow the game down.
And they equalized.
The issue is that is if you have a team that has proven that their reaction time has been terrible for a very long time. Time management.
Yes.
And even reaction time, most of we've considered a lot of scrappy goals. The ball bounces somewhere in the 18-yard balls, and none of our players react quickly or move onto the ball, and the opponent just pull the ball. The defense. So if you have a team that has a very terrible reaction time or even game management, you don't let them slow the game down like that.
Okay. Another issue I also had, the people coming in. I was thinking sometimes when you have too many cooks in the kitchen. For example, Utrado we know is not that experienced. Do you think that in a case where maybe the Black Queens manager and the other people, there's one French person, I've forgotten the name. Let's say
we can easily look it up.
Yes, we can look it up. Let's say in a technical meeting they decide to maybe give or do some pointers on some things maybe they've used in the past. Do you think Uto will be
So I don't
You get to accept.
I don't think there's going to be, they are all going to be generalists. So
Yes,
there
but
might,
they
there
will
might
bring
be,
ideas.
there might be specialities. So somebody will be helping the defense,
Defense, attack.
like
midfield.
during the World Cup or during the World Cup like this, we were actually one of the most foul teams in the tournament. But we hardly took advantage of the set pieces. And throughout our games, we are always foul. We were sensible enough to bring a set piece coach. And most of the goals we scored, I believe we scored about 7 set pieces in the World Cup qualifiers in the last year.
Oh yes, I think now they have a set piece.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
So the moment they brought him on, the whole dynamic changed. So if you believe your midfield, there's an issue with coordination or there's an issue with the teams playing well together, all that you do is you bring in somebody to come and train them in that aspect. That person has no business with selection. The selection lies with the
We
coach.
just bring his ideas and then it will be up to the manager.
So if he brings the ideas and they're practicing and it's working, those who pick it up better are the ones the manager is going to select to start. Unless the manager is generally biased, and that also brings issues, because if people are doing well in training, doing far better than people and other people start, it always brings some level of confusion in camp. And it's not something
What about people still questioning the ability of Otago? You think he's up to the task?
currently, if we keep asking ourselves that question, we are
It's
lost.
too late,
It's too late.
We have 3 months.
We should have sacked him after the AFCON disaster, but we chose to.
And we took a risk.
We claim we brought a report and the guys realized what the issues were with the team and they corrected it.
And to be fair to him, he has qualified Ghana for the World Cup. So
And did very well. Won all his games after the AFCON qualifiers and drew
I
one.
think we scored
The most goals we scored.
worldwide qualifiers. Black Stars scored a lot of goals. With,
Yeah.
I think Jordan even having, is it third or second highest goal scorer?
I believe it was after Rumayan and Salah.
Yes, so he's up there. Okay, so now let's look at the team proper. Qualifiers, people were talking about bringing some other players in to beef the squad. So let's look at goalkeepers. We have Atizigi, we have Asofok, Benson. What Manaf? It's been a while since I saw him.
Yeah, since he saved those 2 penalties,
He's a very good goalkeeper. I wonder
It's not
why
bad.
we don't get him.
I believe the person Patrick.
And there's another guy I've been following in that league, JD Ogu. I don't know whether you've heard of him.
Yeah, he's Ghanaian, but
Ghanaian.
the last time was I said he's currently concentrating on the Dutch under 21.
Oh, okay. Because I've also seen another interview of him saying that he's hoping to play for Ghana one day.
Yeah, I said he's hoping to play for Ghana one day, but currently he's concentrating on the club football.
Which means there's... Because I've seen some of his highlights.
No,
His
his answer was very political though.
Okay, so
And
he has to, maybe
yeah.
he has to discuss
He
with
has to discuss
parents
with-
and some other people before.
And we parents do have an influence, but the people who have the most influence are their agents. People don't really realize
Yeah,
that.
they'll tell you go in, can spoil.
You can spoil, yeah, it increases the revenues you get. Those
Because
people come with all sorts of analysis and confuse you to play for Holland.
People are asking whether it was. I said, like, if you are 21 and you are the first choice,
At your club as a goalkeeper,
it means you are very good.
you are very good. And it means your chances of playing
Is it
Alkmaar.
in the area in the sea? Like,
Yeah,
it means
honestly.
for 21, I remember very few goalkeepers like the Spanish
So,
goalkeeper.
what actually happened was that
Casillas.
yeah,
He also was the first first choice goalkeeper at the age of 20 or 21. So
as a
it
goalkeeper,
says
those
that-
chances only come when some people get injured. So the issue is that I believe the first and second goalkeeper got injured or something like that. And the
that's
third
what happened to
goalkeeper,
Casillas, sorry. He came and then he impressed.
He impressed and
And,
and the third goalkeeper got a record.
oh, okay, so
Then
he came in
and
did
this thing,
well,
yeah.
and that was all.
That was all. And that time was around 19 or so. He's been playing for at least most of last season and this season.
So also the goalkeeper was under 21.
Yes, that's on the good.
So it means the Dutch national team also will be keeping an eye on him as well.
The Dutch always have good goalkeepers. So
But
yeah.
I'm sure for somebody to be 21 and a first choice goalkeeper, you'll be in the
even if for a goalkeeper you can be in the national team for 30 years and never get more than 5 caps.
Piperina. And there's another, aside Piperina, there's another popular goalkeeper. They were all behind Casillas.
Even the Germans, Neuer.
Even now, the German coach is begging Neuer to come out of retirement for this World Cup. But he says no, he's finished with the national team.
But goalkeepers too, it's not always about being a good shot stopper or it's about
some can
read the game and being able to manage the defenders.
Organize defenders as well. And sometimes even the name a goalkeeper has. I remember I was watching an interview of one of these former Premiership players, and they asked him the best goalkeeper he's ever played against. People are expecting him to say maybe Van der Sar, the top. You know the goalkeeper that you mentioned, the Freedom. Yes, but he said whenever he came against him and he wanted to score, it was always difficult for him because he would kick the ball at a particular angle. Freedom would save it.
And sometimes their presence make you doubt yourself.
Some presence, like Oliver Kahn. Players always said you have to shoot the ball in a particular way that you know he can't catch it, because if you play it close to him or if he could stretch, you are not going to score unless you put
that's a major issue too. So it brings doubt. So whilst you are approaching, most people already know what they are going to do when they are approaching a goalkeeper. So if you have a goalkeeper in a pool which causes you to doubt yourself, you're already second guessing how to kick the ball.
That's good.
The
small pressure for the defenders might not kick it the way you want to kick it.
That is so presence and everything. So what I've realized is that since the current goalkeeper, the local goalkeeper,
Mensah.
Since he started,
he's been good so far.
Though he hasn't faced a lot of shots, but I can see the organization of the defense is
I
also
think
far.
he's very experienced. I watched.
We've not been caught at the far posts in a very long time. Also, it seems he's always starting.
First, I thought maybe he was on form for maybe a short time, but I watched the Kotoko Hearts game in the and he was the reason why Kotoko couldn't equalize. It wasn't just about stopping shots.
I saw a few saves on.
Yes, it was the way he was reading the game, the way he was commanding his
defenders.
Because even though I've watched a lot of Black Stars games with him in goal, the most that have been actually impressed with the Portugal Hearts game. That's why I realized, but some people will say maybe the local league. But I think experience.
Even against Nigeria, the one we lost 2-1, he made a few mistakes, but it was okay.
Competition.
Yeah, that competition.
I didn't watch that game.
We lost 2-1, but he was good. The issue is that you need somebody who can. Most of the time, if you have defenders who don't pay attention during games or lose concentration, sometimes you need goalkeepers to point them out.
Oh yeah, especially. I remember Uleli, for example. I remember watching Black Stars. Was it against Sudan? I wish I had the Sports Stadium. I could hear.
Yeah, and the issue is that if defenders too should be afraid of their goalkeeper. Most of the time.
Oh yeah, usually it should be a senior figure who can.
Most of the time, you should be afraid of their goalkeeper.
That's usually when you have a younger goalkeeper. It can be because you'll be like,
or somebody who is always quiet in the post. So this when
our goalkeeper, the one from Norway, what's his name?
Kwasi.
The thing was he couldn't speak any of the local languages.
That's the issue, but he could speak English. Why couldn't they also speak English?
The boys too don't like speaking English.
They claim it was a stupid excuse.
I know.
but the issue is that they go to their clubs and the team players there all speak one language. So when he shouts instructions, you can't say he was shouting instructions in English and the opponents will hear it.
I know players who don't even speak the language of the countries that they play, but still they communicate.
Just shouting at somebody and pointing is enough. You don't have to.
So the goalkeepers, we have Atizigi, we have Mensah, we have who else? And there's one guy, the Yeboah guy, he used to be a West Ham.
The one who is a Patrick.
He's in Scotland right now. I've forgotten which.
Yeah, I believe second division. Patrick Festel. I've forgotten the name of the team.
Yes, he was a second choice goalkeeper at West Ham. He didn't get a lot of playing time, so I think he's even on loan.
Yeah, he's Scottish Division 2.
Yes, he's even on loan. And he was we played a friendly when we played in Japan or Korea. I think he played. I think the second.
There should be another one even at in the Irish League.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think has FIFA finalized how many players will be taking? I hear 26, but I also heard somewhere that we might be 30.
Yeah, it's possible, but whoever you are taking should be part of the.
That's why I want to know. So the goalkeepers, I don't know whether they're going to take 3, 4, or 5.
It should probably be 3.
3.
Yeah, I doubt if it will be more.
No, but if it's 30, that means maybe you can get an additional goalkeeper.
The issue is that now they've tightened the rule for the goalkeeper. Most goalkeepers can't play as an outfield player anymore.
Yeah.
So if they can't, it's better to have an outfield player who can fill in defense, or if there's a huge issue in the team or something.
I'm not surprised.
So it's better if we play 4. It will be a waste of time.
So like 3. Because I've seen teams go to tournaments and even Ghana, Senegal 92, I don't know whether you remember.
We took 2 goalkeepers?
We took 3. All of them, especially when we played, I think the semi-final or the 3rd place match. The first goalkeeper was Antonio Seiko. Do you remember him?
Senegal 92, I remember the quarterfinal.
No, this was Senegal. Sorry, Barcelona 92.
Barcelona, okay.
Barcelona 92. Antonio Seiko did Kotoko that time. And then we had, what's the second? Was it Damba? No, Simonado.
Barcelona 92.
Simonado.
I
And then
remember
there's a 3rd goalkeeper. I've forgotten the name of the 3rd goalkeeper. During the semi-final or 3rd place game, Antonio Seiko got injured. In the same game, the second goalkeeper came and also got injured, and we had to use a 3rd goalkeeper in one match.
But I don't remember most of the games. So.
Yeah, I remember that game because I remember we used all our goalkeepers, and I remember when the 3rd one was coming, the commentators were saying we hope he doesn't get injured.
Most of the games I remember from there, I don't remember whether I watched it live or I watched it back.
Barcelona 2, I remember we played Australia in the 3rd place, but that's what won them the bronze.
Yeah.
I remember that game.
I watched that game also.
Yes, that's the game that all the goalkeepers were in.
I remember that one. I remember we played Japan also.
I think that was maybe the group stage.
The group stages, yeah. I remember that game.
And
My side
was this one of these Eastern European?
I was 7, so
I was 11.
11. Awesome.
I remember watching most of the games that Ghana had a very strong team. We were beaten by Spain. Spain there eliminated us from the semi-final. So sometimes, okay, anyway, so maybe 3 goalkeepers. So I'm thinking Atizigi, Mensah, and who was Manaf, or that the Yeboah guy.
And I won't be surprised if the JD, I'm told they are speaking to him.
Yeah, I've watched his highlights. He's a very good goal.
Oh, he's a very good goal. Especially he's played some serious games for them is it the Europa League or something?
His specialty is penalties. I've seen him save a lot of it.
And he's a shot stopper also.
Yes, just 21.
He might be a bit uncomfortable coming for balls though, but
yeah, okay, but
he would if you are just one you learn, even you learn at a certain age.
So that's for the goalkeeper. So let's come to the defense. That's where we have an issue. We know Salisu is not coming because he has an ACL injury, but Tariq Lamptey, I heard will start playing for next month. He also had ACL, but it happened way back. Then
Ali is back. He's played a few games.
And we have Jiku.
Jiku is not back.
So people are looking for Salisu. What about Joseph? Do you remember him? Celta Vigo. He's also playing very well.
Yeah, he also just came back from injury.
Yes, so I think he will be a good replacement.
The last game I even watched, he captained the game.
Yeah. I think he got a standing ovation after the game.
I believe their captain got an injury or something like that. He did very well.
And then the left side, Gideon Mensah, who a lot of people are not really convinced by. What do you think of him, Gideon Mensah?
He's not a bad player, but he loses concentration from time to time. And he misjudges things. I don't know if he's not that terrible for his club side, but I don't know if he overconfidence or sometimes.
I think his issue with instincts. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes he can, rush forward with the ball, and me sitting at home, I could see key passes that he can give in the penalty box. Sometimes he doesn't even have to cross; he just have to give a straight pass to the person, but he will decide to cross to the far side.
The main issue is that
so sometimes I have an issue with his instincts. Like sometimes he doesn't read the game that well.
He's not really good going forward.
Oh, okay. So when he gets
the main issue is because he plays in a threat back.
Okay, so
on the left side. He's
not
really
a wing back.
Not a wing back. For the
he's a centre back.
He's a centre back, but he plays in a threat back.
Okay, so he doesn't go
on the left side of the defense. So he's not really a player that moves beyond the centre line with the ball. Because they have a player that goes and comes. So he's most of the time sitting. He's not a terrible player, but my main issue with him is that on a few occasions, there are a lot of goals we've considered that starts with him.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes instincts, the way he reads the game, sometimes. But sometimes you can see there's danger coming up, but he hasn't seen it, and he's one of the very last people to.
That quality can easily be changed with good coaching and good direction. So I don't see him as a terrible player, but I just see him as a player who's been making a lot of mistakes for us.
People are also saying that. I even heard a rumor that the FA is talking to Baba. He's been amazing this season.
Baba Rahman is not a bad player. Let me tell you Baba Rahman's situation. He got injured, came back, wasn't playing. I kept calling him.
POAG. Another thing, I haven't gone there.
No, I believe just before he went there.
Yeah. Okay. So he wasn't fit.
He wasn't fit. But was so the people who believe in him and kept selecting him practically threw him to the wolves. That is my opinion of it.
He wasn't fit.
He wasn't fit. We kept calling him.
So he kept getting exposed.
Yes, and I understand that because sometimes your player is not playing for club.
Match fitness is very important.
Or sometimes you do it. Let's say we start the season between September to November. There's going to be 6 weeks out of. It's actually what 12 weeks, right? But there's going to be 6 weeks of international football. So if you have a player at a club who is not playing constantly, he's not match fit or he's not playing. If you bring him to the national team to play those 6 games for you, you give him
hectic games.
They are hectic, but you still give him some exposure for him to actually do well and probably.
Ghanaians are not that patient.
I'm not that patient.
You cry? Why are you doing? Because I remember.
And you don't do that when your team is struggling. That's another issue.
When we played against Portugal in the last World Cup, it was most of his crosses that got us the goals.
He's not terrible. He's actually very good going forward. I
remember
his crosses when he played for Kotoko.
Well, his issue people have is defending.
But we were playing way back. The issue is you need a team that actually cover for others. You are playing way back. Baba Rahman loses the ball on the lateral, on the wings, or on the left side of the team. There are 3 defenders. We are playing the 3-back system. There are 3 defenders.
And was amateur.
Yeah, and amateur. I'm not even sure if amateur did it, but we are playing 3-back. So why doesn't the player slot in for him to come? Or why doesn't the defensive midfielder slot in there to cover? We're always playing even two defensive midfielders. So why doesn't one cover? Even recently, when you realize that when this guy goes forward, what's his name? Maguire.
Oh, okay.
He's not that quick coming back. When he goes forward and the attackers and recover the ball, we hold the ball at the back till he comes back before we start pushing it forward. Because we understand the exposure we have. So if you have a player who contributes that much going forward, somebody should cover for him.
That's true. And
you shouldn't leave him exposed like that. Yeah.
A specific player that whenever this person goes for it, make sure
you should train for it.
For example, Liverpool under Klopp, whenever Trent went for it. You would see maybe Konate at that time or the Cameroonian, they have forgotten his name.
Gomez.
No,
Sorry.
The name was escaping me.
The one who didn't go for the. Is it Matip?
Yeah, Matip.
Yeah.
So if Trent goes for it, he will actually come and cover that position. Or sometimes even Henderson did it.
Yeah, Henderson did it a lot. Just come in.
Yes,
let's
and the
come
same with Robertson. When Robertson goes for it, you see another midfielder. Sometimes I think it was Fabinho or one of those players who shift in and cover. So it's just a matter of communicating with the team.
The issue is that in that position, for him to be successful, he has to cross the ball.
And that's the strongest.
Yeah, either cross the ball or take on players. The probability of you losing the ball when you are doing that is very high. So what do? Somebody should cover. You just cross the ball in, the central defender knocks it forward. There's a transition. They take the ball to him, they pass to another person. There's a transition.
Yes.
So the issue is that counter-attack. The issue is that there should always be somebody covering for him, since you know that he will move forward. But the issue is that if you have players who are not intelligent, or you have a coach who does not instruct people to do that, you will always say somebody is terrible or somebody.
I get you. It usually depends on the instructions from the manager. Because somebody will tell you, look, if this person loses the ball, or this person goes for it, or this person comes back. You know, usually nowadays in modern football, that's how you.
Let's even take Salisu. Salisu in the team had a place as the last defender.
Oh, okay, so it's more of what there's somebody behind it.
There is always somebody behind him. Why? He makes a lot of mistakes. He's a very good player.
Somebody will cover.
Somebody is always there to actually run towards the ball when he misses it, or when he makes a mistake. Somebody is there to cover. And so if you have a player that he's good, he has a lot of qualities. Even passing the ball is not that terrible. If you give Salisu time on the ball, you find somebody to give it to. So what do? If you see that a player like that is not really good or makes a lot of mistakes, you always make sure that there is somebody behind him. If you know Partey is going to push forward with the ball, there should be somebody always behind him, picking up the balls. You know Kudos is always going to dribble. Wherever you put him, there should always be somebody behind him. The number of balls, even during the World Cup, that Kudos lost, that ended in a goal. You'll be shocked. But he's practically one of our best players.
Even, I think, against Korea, there was an issue like that, I remember.
But he's actually one of our best players.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A number 10 or a number 8 is likely they'll lose the ball because they are trying to penetrate into the other team's defense.
You should structure the team in a way that wherever space he moves or he leaves, there's somebody there to cover.
Just in case.
To make sure that if he loses the ball, there is somebody who slows the transition down or takes the ball. Or fouls him. We don't do that a lot. We just complain, oh, he's always losing the ball. He is going to lose the ball. So what are you doing about it?
So it means I think this message will go to Adu and the technical team.
Yeah, so that's my only issue with the team. The thing is that the way certain players play, like the issue I had when we were playing this guy said, I'm letting everybody know I'm admiring for Bruno Fernandes as 8.
Yes. I think he was less effective.
Wherever you put that guy, he's going to try something out of this world. So you don't put him in a position where he will lose the ball.
Now he's playing more of a 10.
There are 2 players behind him. There is Coben
and
there is
more attacking minded.
Yeah. But he's going to lose the ball. If he loses the ball, now whoever plays the ball has to go past 2 players. Kobe Menu is always behind him. Close to him somehow. Either to his side in a position where he can recover. But the Casemiro is always close to him.
So I mean there's a plan.
There's a plan to cover him.
Once you lose the ball.
The issue is that you know he is going to lose the ball. He's a great player, but you know he's going to lose the ball. So what is your plan for that? Very simple things.
I remember Jurgen Klopp saying that in his team, if you are not Messi, you have to come back and defend. And the reason I'm saying this is, unless players like Messi, they hardly, but almost every other player from somewhere, once they're going to lose the ball. And in that case, there has to be a backup plan.
Like the way Messi will be walking around and scanning the
Yeah,
park.
because that's a strategy.
So if you have the kudos, you're also walking around the pitch. Scan the pitch. You know very well the moment you get the ball, there's always about 2 or 3 players come to mark you. So you should always have an exit strategy.
I remember watching our own Alidu's interview. I think it was on Pure FM. And I think the season had just ended and he was with Ghana for his holidays. And they asked him about playing Messi. And he said at first he thought that what Messi was doing was just maybe natural talent and all, but he realized Messi is the most, what's the word to use, strategic player. Because people will say he's working, but he realized once Messi starts working, he's looking for spaces. Yeah. And not just spaces, he's looking to isolate himself. Once his teammates see that he has, then they go. So by the time the defender will realize he's gone,
he's already mapped the
so
places. The issue is that he knows he can dribble everybody, but he doesn't want to dribble everybody.
He just wants the shortest,
the least part of least resistance.
So by the time you see him, you think you are marking him.
Yeah.
But by the time you see the ball coming, you think he's already gone.
And that is what kudos should be doing. You know you can dribble. Being the highest player with the highest amount of completed dribbles is nothing.
It's all about the end product. And I think that's what Semenyo is showing right now. Semenyo is very direct.
Yes.
So he's not going to dribble plenty. It's like, give me the ball, speed. I have speed. I'll get into the box.
And if you do that, you always get muscle injuries, back injuries. You will get ankle injuries because they will be kicked.
And they will be targeted.
You'll be kicked.
Because
so look for a part of less resistance.
Tackling with the ball.
You know you can dribble the whole pack. That's not necessary. Either you get tired in the 70th minute.
And nowadays, most of the times you look at him at the 70th minute and he's...
Because you are overexerting yourself.
Yes, you can see he's tired because sometimes he's working.
So the issue is that you look for the part of easiest resistance. And if you are a player who is marked by 3 players, that means there are 2 spaces available.
Yes, there are 2 players
who are out of position.
Sometimes Messi does that very well. See, there are 2 people around. So the other teammates will pass to another player who is alone. Another player will score. Whilst they are guarding Messi, but somebody is alone standing there.
The moment you see 3 players marking kudos, the question is,
some other players are
there's a player out of position.
It's very true. I think it's one of I hear coaching school, like when they go for their coaching courses, that's what the first thing that they tell you. That if you see 2 or more people marking something, I mean somebody is free on the pitch. You find that something.
It's just like having 10 players against them. What do they tell you? Pass the ball.
Stretch
the pitch and pass the ball. Because your player
will overexert themselves and then
even aside of overexerting themselves, if they are man marking you, your player will always be a player of yours will always be free.
Yeah.
So you pass the ball, you stretch the pitch and you pass the ball. It's a very simple thing. So if there are 2 players marking 1 player, technically they are player shots.
Yes, that's the whole thing.
You can even tease them. You pass the ball to kudos and he passes it back quickly.
Yeah, usually like Messi does that. When maybe there are 2 people on him, you give him a pass and that person who is standing alone, you just give quick 1 to Papa and that person. Especially now, I watch most of his MLS game. Now he's getting older, he doesn't run. So now they just use him for that. He's there. You give him a pass, Papa, he'll give it to you.
But we are not taking advantage. He will rather dribble 3 players and carry the ball.
That's where Utrado will have to. I hope he's
it's all about studying. It's all about coaching and knowing. It's
small tricks.
The World Cup is also all about set pieces, which we
nowadays, especially even football is all about set pieces,
which we are getting better at. It's not, but the issue is that over time, if you are smart and what you have to do in player selection, actually, people say you don't coach a great team. We manage them, but I don't think we are such a great team that we shouldn't be coached. I believe most of those players are young. Most of our good players now are young.
Yeah. I think with the exception of Jordan and Party. The rest are quite
below 26.
I think Party and Jordan are the only ones in their 30s, right? And Mensah and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Gideon Mensah to be around 20.
Yes, I think those. And Jiku, yeah.
And
But most of them are young.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the left backs, we spoke about Baba Rahman and Gideon Mensah.
Then there is the Kun.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's come
to. He just scored a goal even this weekend.
Where does it play?
Union Berlin.
Okay, the bonus league.
I believe it was a penalty, so I was surprised they let him take a penalty.
Maybe he's good at penalty.
They actually have a good player at the Elias Ansa at Union Berlin, a striker. I don't know what
there's this Poku guy at Bayern Leverkusen. Is he?
NS Poku.
Is he eligible?
Yeah, but he's Dutch.
He's already played for the Dutch.
No, he hasn't. He can play for us.
So what? He's a very good player. I've watched some of his games. Why don't
they're receiving another one at Adai at Como.
Because I think he is a winger, but the surprising thing is I remember they played Bayern Munich, and at some point he was supposed to come back. He looked like a defender. He's very good defensively, even though he's a forward player. But he was coming to help. I think the right back.
I've actually not watched a full game of his. I've seen
I watched the full 90 minutes. It was on how do you call it? Sporty TV.
Okay.
I think Bayern versus Bayern because this season he
I get their mind, but
exceptional.
I don't really.
Because I was wondering, I was like, this guy. Is he eligible to play for the Black Stars?
Nowadays, I'm eligible to watch a Man U game than the rest of the
I only watch Liverpool games and then maybe I remember
I've been watching City games nowadays also, but
City games is boring. I don't know, it's boring.
It's because of
Nowadays,
and I was watching Tottenham a lot too.
Nowadays on my phone, I will get alert that he scored. And then I'll go and watch the goal. That's all I do. I won't watch the whole game.
I watch sometimes. And most of their games is currently have been late games. So.
But City games, I don't know, sometimes it gets boring a bit. You don't want anybody to play the game, so sometimes you are sitting by it, you're like, So let's look at the midfield now. So we have what? Party.
We are okay with the central defense. We have a lot of players for central defense.
Yeah, Jiku, you spoke about the Joseph Edu. There's another guy.
Abdul Munin, we have Kojo Pepra, is it Agnes or something? We have a lot of players in that position. I'm told Johnson Champon is even changing his nationality.
The Chelsea guy.
Yeah, the Chelsea.
I watched the Chelsea Wrexham game.
Yeah,
he scored a very good goal.
He's changing his nationality.
He's a very good player. Maybe he's realized England won't call him.
I believe it's more of his parents. That's what.
But he was born in England.
Yeah, he was born in England, but his parents are.
Another player.
I'm told his parents are seriously patriotic.
They want you to play for them. Another player I would have really loved to see in Ghana was Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa, yeah, the Liverpool player.
Yeah,
he's at Bayern Leverkusen now.
But Liverpool will buy him back next season.
Oh, okay.
And
it's not a terrible.
He was called by Southgate, but he wasn't chosen for the team. He was in their. He was in their provisional squad.
But since then, has he played for him?
No. He doesn't even have a real cap. He was chosen for the provisional squad for the Euros.
Yeah, I remember that.
But he was not picked.
But he was called back when somebody called injured.
So he was in the team.
If he doesn't play, it's not an issue.
He's never played a game though. But what I remember was he was part of the provisional squad, but he wasn't picked. We have to check later.
He was called back, but I don't think he played.
So he a champion. They are young. I think Kwanzaa is what, 22 or something.
most defenders speak around 26.
Yes, so and now one thing I'm happy about is by Leverkusen he plays every game. So it means he's getting experience. And I don't know why SWAT even so.
Even
we are struggling with defenders.
We even have another player, but he's also playing the 3-back setup. The one who left Basel for Uzbek. He's played about 2 games for us so far. He's currently at Uzbek. He left Basel just this January. He's played 4 out of 5 games for Uzbek since he got there. It's not bad. He played their last game. He caused a penalty there.
As a defender, that happens.
But he also plays in on the right side of a 3-back. So he's a central defender.
So there's more options for the defense.
In central defense, the issue is that are they tried and tested? Can they do as well as Salisu? That's the issue.
I guess.
Jerome too is not bad.
Jerome.
The one in Turkey. The tall one.
Oh, okay.
He's also a good passer of the ball. And we even have Abdominic, he's back, but he's not playing.
Okay.
Rayo Vallecano.
Yeah. I remember that.
He was also at right to do.
I think Edu has played a lot of games for
Edu has played a lot.
He's experienced too, so
it's his height that is an issue. He can even play as a right back.
Yes, he's very good at passing the ball.
But he's played most of his career he's played as a right back.
Okay.
So
that makes him versatile. Okay, so let's look at the midfield. We have Pati. We have Sibu.
Yeah.
We have one of my favorite, Caleb,
very good
player. I even heard Manu was cracking.
Yeah, we tried to buy him, but he said he will only make him a after that.
Okay. So Caleb,
sometimes we offered 80 million or something.
Okay. He even played, when he played Japan, I think he played as a right back, a friendly match. So it means he can play both in midfield and defense. So players like that, it's good when you take them to a tournament because you can use them for different purposes. We have, who else? Ashimiro, he's fit now, but I'm not sure whether he's
fit now. But he got banned 3 games or something for some silly record.
Oh, okay.
He played 1 match, the second game got a 3, so he has only played 1 game since he left for. I keep forgetting the name of. He's actually in the same team with Free. That small boy.
Oh yeah. I've forgotten the team.
Let's start with an name. Is it Lebrun or
French?
No, Belgium.
Oh, okay.
It's not a bad player also. But there is Ibrahim Suleiman. He's currently playing.
Yeah.
He's also not bad.
And we also have
Elisha Owusu has currently moved back to midfield also. For a while, he was playing in central defense for Jose. But I believe most of the injured players are back, so he's moved back to midfield.
Yusuf Anan was the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the one I forgot. And what about Pepra or Pom?
Pedro Pepra.
Yes.
He is at Nice, isn't he?
Yes, I think so. I think Uto is, don't you trust him?
He's actually played a game for us.
Yeah, he played against Japan. He started against Japan. And I'm sure they are scouting this. And another player, Che, he hasn't played for 2 years, but I hear he started training.
Is it Kofi?
Kofi Che.
Freiburg, yeah. He's currently training with the team.
Yeah, started training, and I think the manager even said he definitely play some games. He's one player I've always admired, but he's always injured. He's very creative. He knows when to make runs, when to.
He's calm on the ball.
And can hold on to the ball, control. I can say his quality is something that we are missing in midfield.
probably a perfect 8.
Yes, he knows how to control the game, when to pass, and it's very difficult to get the ball off him unless you
He's a
foul
good
him.
goal scorer too.
Yes, and he can score. We took him to the Qatar 20, but for some reason, I didn't like him that much. He didn't start in most of the games.
Because he played a few games for us.
Yeah, even before the qualifications, the qualification for the Qatar 2022, he played a lot of games. He was very, very good. Because I remember I went to watch a game at the Francis Sports Stadium, and some of the fans brought a banner. He was that popular with the fans.
Oh yeah, even after the Qatar, there was a lot of videos him walking through Germany.
Oh yeah, he's very.
And people chasing him and. But come on, well, he's good. He's good. He's a player when he's fit, he should go. Even if he's fit by the World Cup,
I think if he plays 3 or 4 games,
if he hasn't even kicked the ball, he should go. Yeah, he should go. And I know Tudo likes him very well also.
Yes, and so.
I remember we played a game against Switzerland before the World Cup. It was terrific.
Yeah, whenever I've watched him play for the Black Stars. And
the only time I've seen Elisha also play very well
is when he's playing.
When he partnered with him.
Yeah. Because Elisha is more of defensive.
When he partnered with him.
So usually when there's someone who can play off him, go for it, he does very well. And our number 10 position, I think usually he should be good.
Kudos from the way he's going to probably play on the. Will play a front.
I think.
With him on the
yes, but I mean like a typical attacking midfielder, number like 10, very advanced.
Yes, this is a problem we have because we've struggled with both fielders. Whenever he plays that position, he's dragged into
the defensive.
Midfield action, deeper midfield action than he going forward. But if we are able to solve that problem, and let's say we combine.
This guy is fit. Remember the AFCON, the game against Egypt? Yeah. It was very, very good. And one thing about him is, I think even that goal that he scored, that was
Arsenal does 2 things. He gets injured in a game or gets carded. He starts he's a good player.
Very good player. Very, very good.
The way he can turn with the ball, very good.
Very creative. He can dribble. He can kick the ball, and he can also pass.
Yeah.
You can see a pass. If he can polish his game very well,
he actually played very well in the game we lost 2-1 to Gabon. He actually even scored a goal that was disallowed.
Yes, I remember that game because the striker, the German guy, I forgot his name. What's his name? Coffins. He has that German.
Coffins dog was it?
Yes, he was coming back from an offside position when the ball was kicked. He wasn't even interfering, but the referee was like, "It's not a goal." It was very painful. But I thought it was a brilliant goal.
It was a goal. The issue is that the goalkeeper could see the ball.
Yes, I thought it was a clean goal because he was not even interfering with play. He was walking.
So the ball passes by him,
yes, but the goalkeeper
could see the ball.
He wasn't blocking the goalkeeper's side.
And it was wherever the goalkeeper was standing, it was his choice to stand there.
Just because it was a good shot, and there's nothing you could do about it. Okay, so 10. Let's look at where the team is stacked. I think this is where
the issue
all
is that
our talent
if you have a good let's say this guy let's say Richie plays 6 and is comfortable there. We get Sulemana or Tre. If Tre is fit to play the 8th position, Pate plays 10.
Yeah, Pate is very good playing 10.
And most of the goals he scored for us, he played as a 10. So if Pate is fit and Pate plays as a 10, then Kudos could be most. And I personally believe if.
But I think it will be a 4-2-3-1 formation. 4-2-3-1.
I personally believe that the most go-to formation.
Maybe the 3-back.
Maybe the 3-back.
Otto likes the
Like
3-back.
that.
So that what a 3-4-3.
If he wants to keep the lead, he will change him.
3-4-3. So okay, so let's look at the wings. We have Fatao, who's had an amazing season, but his team hasn't. The team might be relegated to League One.
They actually won, so they are 2 points.
But they are very close to the relegation.
They were actually in the relegation, but they won 2-0 against Bristol. He actually scored.
Fatao has had. I hear there are a lot of offers coming from the Premiership. Even out of the Premiership.
Napoli wanted him.
Yes, and even though there's a Premiership team that offered him. I think they gave him an offer in January, but
I thought Bournemouth were.
Yeah, wanted to be a replacement for Semenyo, but I heard he said he wanted to finish the season at Leicester.
Most of the players didn't want to move before the World Cup. Which is a smart
You
thing to
might
do.
go and you might not get playing time.
And you might go to the World Cup and do very well, and your value will increase in what you are giving them.
So on the right to what about Inaki Village? He's been, there's one thing I've realized about his play. A lot of people criticize him, but to me, I've realized sometimes he will make the run, but he won't get the pass. If you look at a lot of our games,
the issue is that we
because that's his game. He makes runs.
we brought a player in, and a player that's played a particular part of kind of football, transition kind of football, always running with the ball, that kind of. The issue is that they always pass the ball to him.
At his club.
Yeah.
He's one of their main players.
That's how they play.
Himself and his brother.
They most of the time soak pressure and play on attack, counter attack, transition.
Yes, that's his game. He has
So
a lot of
the ball
pace.
goes
So
in,
back
yeah.
is gone. But Black Stars, I've seen him so many times. You make them. I think we're talking about coaching. It's time the coach also sit the players down.
It's time to tell
Tell them
players
that
not to
when-
hold on to the balls.
When he moves, give him the ball. Because most times he'll move and they won't pass.
At a point, we've had too many players who can dribble, so Kudus,
Doesn't release the ball early.
when Neymar was playing regularly.
Yes, I was even come to mention his name. He's
They all
another
dribble.
player we should be taking.
So the issue is that he is also back in training.
Because Neymar usually plays on the left. So you might have to battle that.
But Leon was playing on the right though.
Okay, so he can play both
Yeah.
left and right. And because I was thinking, this is me trying to read Otuado's mind, that Inaki will be on the right, Semenyo on the left, and then Jordan in the middle.
That means we are pushing Partey back to under
Yes,
8.
and Kudus will play the 10.
I don't think Partey has the speed to recover from Kudus. Partey is good, but currently doesn't have that speed.
Yeah, he's growing.
I'd rather have Partey in that position losing the ball and somebody coming from.
10. So which means who's going to strike? Jordan.
Jordan can easily do it.
Because I've also seen Otuado play Semenyo as a striker.
If Partey is playing as a 10, it will work.
And Semenyo as a striker.
Yeah, it will work.
So which means what Kudus will go on the left.
On the right,
Alright.
then probably Myanmar on the left. If he's fit.
It's not a bad team.
It's not bad. What we need to get right is 6 and 8.
6 and 8, yeah.
That's our issue.
I think Yuenchi will be okay. And
We need to play in that position against big teams before.
We have
Austria and Germany.
this month, yeah, Austria and Germany, and we also play. We have
Mexico.
Denmark in June.
Mexico and Wales.
Yeah, Wales, yes. We play Wales. So at least we have what, 4?
And Wales is not a big team.
Oh, but like sometimes it's not even about that. It's about just organizing your team and build up some confidence as well. And I think those are good. I think they are playing Wales because of England.
Yeah. It would have been, Scotland would have been better.
Maybe they also have their own games to play.
Wales haven't even qualified yet.
Yes, so like it's not a bad team. Okay, one conversation we have to.
Maybe are you?
Yes, they've been
It's a no for me.
divided opinion. Some people are saying that Ghana going, we know you are not going to win the World day is designed to how do you call it?
Make history.
Make history. I think he will be
The first African player to play
first
for
African to play 4 World Cups. So why not take? When I watched the game he played last week, with him scoring, the day is what 36. Right?
Yeah, 36. But the issue is that this allegedly.
But I mean, I know he's good.
No, we shouldn't.
No, like I know we all have, but I've also heard I've heard some
No.
rumors somewhere is good.
They are trying
I
to
know
push it.
Otado doesn't want it. And the FA
President,
but I
that's
also
also
know
wanted.
there's how do you call it? There's a heavy
No, they just appointed his father in government office in terms of
that's
football
because
strategy or whatever.
apparently I hear it's coming from the presidency.
No, they shouldn't.
Okay. So this is my thing.
There are videos of what he did in agriculture to just show you to the president.
Wait, see summing himself into the game, right?
And insulting the coach during the halftime and making all sorts of promotion because he wasn't playing.
I even heard
It was the same thing allegedly. He was chasing allegedly he was chasing the same records there, trying to be the most played. Said the last game.
He's sharing that record with Robertson.
So the last game and the tournament and all those things, he went there without being really fit and having a club or whatever. That I don't think he had a club or.
I didn't have a club. He was playing for.
It was after the tournament he went to the Hawaii.
Wasn't he in the golf region somewhere?
He had left.
Yeah, like, okay.
I might be wrong though.
We can check it.
But the issue is he was chasing records there. And when decisions were being made to benefit the team and not him, he got pissed.
But he wasn't playing.
He did all sorts of things. His focus was to play and get those records.
Yeah.
So as a captain of the team,
In Europe, they might say because he's passionate. They do that.
he's passionate. No.
Oh, you haven't heard that thing before. For example, players like Winnie, players like Zlatan.
Why do they say they are passionate? When they come in, they come and score.
When you
When-
put
when-
them on the bench,
When they came to make mistakes, which resulted in
the
goals for
record,
us.
they got a record.
Got a record. Then that penalty ball.
Yeah,
it's a-
hit his hand.
The issue is that if he had come in and scored goals and we had moved forward one, he would have been called passionate.
From what I've heard, and it was from a very, how do you call it, a very reliable source. Told me it's already been solved. And at first, the people who sort of really want him to go was Otado and Ketoko.
And now they've changed their mind.
Because apparently, allegedly, or the person who told
in
me,
exchange of no budget cut or what?
no, apparently, government people have entered the conversation. So, and apparently, it looks like Otado's stance may soften. Okay, so how do I?
I get what you're saying, but personally, it shouldn't be. It's a big mistake.
Apparently, Otto still talks to Andre, even after that. And Otto said
that is not a bad issue.
Otto
He has every right to speak to you.
oh yeah, they still speak. And Otto said that they had a lot of conversations in the past, but he said he had never closed the door. On Andre, you remember that even though people think that was just diplomatic talk.
After the World Cup, they should invite him for a game and close his chapter off. Give me a testimony. I shouldn't go.
Okay, so me
Since he became captain, it has coincided with some of our worst.
oh yeah, his era hasn't really been
As a captain, hasn't been the best.
which is true, and I agree.
And it got to a point he was always choosing himself over the team. The captain
Because
never does that.
Me, my thing was
And the division and unnecessary things.
one thing that after all is up to Otado to decide. It's not up to us.
But we know if you don't talk, they will force it on.
But one thing that I realized was sometimes our initial team or the team that we have, sometimes it looks like leadership is a problem. The current team, if you see them play, sometimes it's to be, I think, They lack a
No,
bit of leadership.
let's be truthful. Jordan has done a far better.
Okay, but Jordan is the type of captain. Is it leadership by example? No, they are captains who will talk to the
So you prefer the clapping?
Not
to
even the
leadership, for
clapping.
example.
I'm even talking about off. There are some. I watched former midfielder of last night.
So if the day comes back up, we give the captain.
He doesn't even have to play. No, not the armband, but the general captaincy.
Those things will all come into play. He comes back. Are you sure if he wants
but I'm not sure the day thinks he's coming back to be captain.
But the band is with the brother.
Yes, of course. They won't take it from Jordan.
They won't take it from him, but are you sure if the two of them walk onto the pitch together, he won't hand it to him?
I'm not sure the day will start anything.
He won't, but are you sure Jordan will not hand it over to him on the pitch? Probably he will wear it heading from the dressing room, but when they get to the pitch,
then they should talk to him. I think he should know his role. He's there to be a general.
And I'm saying, are these things going to be left for them to decide?
Of course,
or we are going to be explicit on it and say it should never happen.
I'm not sure the day is just going to walk into the team. They will sit him down and talk to him. And always, I'll say football, everything has a precedent. You know, in the 1970 World Cup, the coach of Brazil dropped Pelé 3 months before the World Cup. The president of Brazil at that time told him to. He sacked him and installed a new coach and told the new coach to come out with a list. When that list came, Pelé was part. And then Pelé went on to win his third. No, won his third World Cup.
Yeah, I know, but I did very well too.
And did also he played almost every game. Roger Miller.
Most of his highlights are actually from the 1970
World Cup.
Yeah.
He was, I think, 31 or 32 at that time. But the coach that came on said Pelé was finished. It wasn't like Pelé. And the president of
it's possible
Brazil,
they would have still won without him.
Yes, they had a very good team, but I think they wanted some experience. That's right.
But personally, no.
No, and then Roger Miller, 38, Italian 90. They are not playing for a season. He was home. When the list came out, he was not in. And then Paul Biya, who is still president now.
But I've seen some of the games Cameroon played. Let's be sincere.
I remember I watched all the games.
Aside the goals.
But he came on, usually after the 16th minute.
After the goals.
Oh, but he was one of the most feared strikers in Italian life.
Against England, he didn't really do anything.
Yes, but he was because what we're talking about, they marked him and they left
The other players.
and the other players scored. And I think getting to the end, Cameroon was leading them until they conceded a penalty. But he was a very dangerous player.
They were practically cheated in that match. By African standards, people have other opinion, but as Africans,
but he was very influential in the Cameroon.
Yeah, he was a leader. The whole team wanted him there.
Yes, at 38.
Yeah.
And he also went in 94 at 42, which makes him the oldest person to score at the World Cup.
Yeah.
So, yes, sometimes age might be an issue, and I'm not, I'm not condoning what he did. But I always believe that in football, sometimes it's just all about sitting and talking.
But the guy has been one of the most consistent players for us. No problem. He has 24 goals. I believe, but most of them are in big games.
Yeah, he's a
World
big
Cups,
game.
African Cup of Nations. I remember that goal against South Africa that sent us to the quarterfinal in AFCON. He scored his goal against Germany.
When he got 2-1.
Yeah. I believe, did he score against USA? I believe he did.
In Brazil.
Yeah.
He equalized.
He equalized against USA. He's a good player, no doubt.
I think he's a disruptive.
He has made it. The issue is that he became so powerful and he didn't use that power to our benefit.
But you know where I have an issue, and this is why I'm saying this. Last time I watched one of these podcasts, I forgot the name, and they were discussing African players and European players, the differences. And I think it was Gary Lineker, his podcast, and he was saying when a coach comes to a team, especially a team with a lot of stars, you can't come up with formation or strategy, and you won't expect to get any questions. But there are some coaches, if he says something and you question it, you get offended. And allegedly, I've also heard that was one of the issues with Ricardo, especially because he was expecting that this person is doing this person is doing that, and once maybe the day will ask a question, and to him it felt like as if you are.
And the issue is that
but the other players too, they won't talk in front of you, but they'll go and talk at the back and say
acceptable. But his commotion was not even with Otuado, it was really crazy.
No, but I also heard he had an issue with him when he played Uruguay. Remember but apparently they are saying it was because of his daughter or something.
Don't mind them. That's just a story.
But I heard there was a commotion because both him and Jordan came off, remember? Yeah. After the break.
This is what happened. There can be an issue with the daughter, I know, probably. But before the game, we tried, the coaches and everybody there tried to make the game just any other game.
But they wanted as a revenge.
But he turned into a revenge thing.
He was part of the 2010 team, so. That one guy, he was suspended. He didn't play that game. Yeah. The Uruguay game.
The issue is that they turned into a game of revenge when it could have been any other game.
Emotional.
They got emotional.
They lost their head. They lost that game.
He started pointing to people to mark Suarez when Suarez was not the main character of the game. There was a point where 3 people were marking Suarez and Suarez just passed the ball and they scored.
But are you sure that instruction didn't come from the bench?
It didn't come.
It came from the.
He was the one conducting.
Maybe it's because that's the instruction coming from the.
That is not the instruction.
The captain on the pitch and he's trying to tell them.
They had a tactics or a strategy of playing Uruguay pre-game and went on the pitch directing them to do certain different allegedly. Let me say that. And that is the issue. The issue is that he took over the game when there had been instructions going into the game. He made the game about what he wanted it to be. If he had won, everybody would say the day.
So what happened that both himself and the brother were on the bench?
I believe there were some commotion in
I knew there was an argument, but did they sub themselves off or they were subbed? Which we don't know. I suspect they subbed themselves, but I don't know whether they were subbed.
They were subbed off.
Okay.
I believe it started and they.
So it wasn't like
it was. I don't know, but I know they were subbed.
Because it looked strange. That both himself and his brother were on the bench.
issue is that they made a game about something it was never supposed to be. And they went there marking players who were not even relevant. The only reason why Suarez started that game is because they knew when he was on the pitch, psychological effect of it. And they went, all the goals they scored, they were busy marking him when there were other players standing free.
He also missed the penalty.
That's Suarez. They. So this is the issue. If you go and watch the game, they were marking him, Suarez, when he wasn't the main character of the I believe the first goal, the ball came to Suarez. There were 2 or 3 players marking Suarez and just passed the ball to a free player who scored.
But how are we sure that didn't come from him?
It came from where?
That instruction.
If you look at when Suarez greeted him no, look at the way it was. Have you not seen a picture of a friend? I think a freeze picture of that.
I was outside, so when I came, I missed that bit. When I came in, you were about
the way he was even looking at him. The issue is that even before the game, like 1 week, everybody told the likes of Asamoah came to say that even if it were them, they would have done. They were trying to move the thing away from being a revenge, but he went onto the pitch with that mentality in his head.
So, in your opinion,
No,
he shouldn't. Yeah, I've heard.
He's a great player, but when he got power,
I've heard he's on the spread. That's what I've heard.
Probably some of us will stop. I love him as a player, and he's done so well for Ghana. But
because somebody told me
currently his brother is just 3 caps behind him.
Yes, and they were saying because apparently they are supposed to take provisional squad.
Yeah, 50 or something.
I heard he might be inside.
It's possible he might be inside
Because
anything can happen
apparently
from now to the World Cup. So you have to, every good player who can kick the ball for you should be in there.
Allegedly true. And this is why I know he's part of the squad. Allegedly, he was thinking about retiring.
And they promised him.
No, it's not even about promise. He was thinking of retiring from football because beginning of the season, he got offers.
He said he had family issues.
That's what he said. But apparently, people close to him are saying that he was thinking of retiring from football.
I tried to watch a game in Legon where he was playing.
Oh yeah. I've seen some on the 9 years training ground.
He is a good player.
So good. Apparently, he was thinking about calling it quits. And what happened was getting to January. The conversation that I'm saying about him started going on.
So he went to join.
So apparently that was when, because what's the name? Victor Sana.
I don't take the expression on my face seriously.
Oh no, but
I
understand what you're saying.
I'm not really happy about it.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I've heard from some quarters that he's part of
the issue is that when an opportunity is presented to you,
and apparently that's the reason why he has, because Victor Sana had come for him.
You are taking the opposite of what I'm saying. I am saying an opportunity has been presented to the coach and Ketokweku.
Yes, but
we've already solved this issue.
You know who pays the coach?
Oh please.
You know how the world works.
Oh please. They shouldn't go.
You know how the world works.
Mahama.
It's not even Mahama per se, but people in that.
I know, but still, we shouldn't do that.
Because you know there's a good relationship between Abedipele and
Kofi Adams.
Not just with Kofi Adams, even the president, chief of staff, the president's brother.
I know they just appointed to the
president's brother. What was his name? Ibrahim.
I know.
And the kids are also very good friends. The day Jordan and the Ibrahim kids.
I know.
So there's a network there.
I know. Even the day has some investment with Ibrahim.
I think the cars.
And I believe some of the business he does, he has investment. So advice. I know there's a relationship there.
Me, what I know was last year, Ibadu said no, Ketokweku said no. But the person who told me said that upon discussions this year, the two of them, their stance.
I'm told they didn't check.
Let's see. Okay, so we'll see. But the person, when the person told me, I was like, I'm surprised. And the person told me the reason why the day was actually thinking about quitting football for good. But the reason why Vitassanam came for him in August. But he said no, because he was thinking about quitting. But when this conversation started heating up, Vitassanam was still interested. So he decided to join them in January. So the person told me that if it wasn't for that conversation, they have gone.
Not brother.
Hey, sorry. We are new Vitesse. Who was even playing Vitesse? It was Mighty Amma.
Yeah, Mighty Amma played for both.
He's even a coach at Weather. So it was because of that, because they said it was upon condition that he has a club. And then he went. No, but okay, so let me be 100% honest. In the last 3 games, he played 90 minutes.
Yes. He actually scored in the last one.
And he scored in the last one. But most, now it's an issue because most of the people that we are mentioning, most of them are bench warmers. Who are Ate, Ali Du.
But he's not playing at his position.
No, I'm just talking about the other players. I worry about their fitness and match fitness.
Let's talk about the forward players. He's not better than anybody.
No, I'm not saying he's better. I'm talking about if you are to talk about players who are playing week in, week out. If in Jordan only played the last game. Most of the season he's been on the bench.
So let me ask a question. We are selecting for positions. Which position are you selecting for as a forward?
The day is usually either play 10 or on the way. Usually that's where he plays. But now I don't think he's too old to play on the way. So they might bring him just behind the. And he's not going to start. Everybody knows that. He won't start the
Will he accept that?
They did. So you think they did things he'll come into the Black Star game and start?
It's the same problems you had in Cote d'Ivoire. He wanted to start.
Start there, he won't start. But he will play a role.
That is what you are saying. The same influence that is bringing him.
So I'm sure discussions have already gone on that. Look.
You introduce yourself as if you are almost called the kill right now.
Oh, you can call the
kill. Kill. The issue is that the same influence that brought him into the team, he comes to play for 15 minutes. He does well. That same influence will start pushing for him to start. And he's going to ride on it.
If he does well, why not? No. So you are saying if he does well, he should still. Okay, so let's say
personally he has no business in the team.
I'll give you an example. With the Italian.
It will even shift the power dynamics of the team. It shouldn't be there.
With the Italian 90 Cameroon. The first game that they won against Argentina, Jamila didn't play.
I know.
They played against Colombia. I think that was their second game, and he scored. That was the first game that he came in, and he scored 2 goals.
The whole tournament he scored 3.
Yeah, he scored against Colombia. He scored against Russia. No, he didn't score against Russia, and then he didn't score against England too.
Russia was it not the next?
Russia, they had already qualified, but Cameroon had already qualified for. They lost to Russia, but they had already qualified. They had beaten Argentina, they had beaten Colombia, and the third match was against Russia.
Didn't Russia beat them in 94?
Yes, but they also played Russia in 90.
Oh, okay.
That's the only game they lost in the group stage, but they had already qualified, so they used most of the players on the side.
Because I know he has 4 goals. He scored.
He scored 1 against Colombia. You mean in all?
No,
yes, he scored 1 in. He scored 1 in
94.
94.
Yeah.
So I mean he scored 3.
Yeah.
So he scored 1 against Colombia. No, he scored 2 against Colombia. He scored 1 against Russia.
Then he didn't score
against England. But they used his position to advantage against England. But the English were marking him. But I think he won them a penalty in the second half.
I've never seen a team bullied like the way they played in the English.
So you didn't expect the Cameroonians to give them. I watched interviews of the English team before. I thought it was just an easy game to pass through, but they almost lost.
But you could see them bullying them. It wasn't an issue. The issue is
they
that
just used a bit of experience.
No, the issue is that
they knew the Cameroonians were physical.
The referee used the physicality of
Garnica, for example,
against them.
He knows this is what he does very well. He'll get the ball, he'll push it a bit because he knows you're coming for the tackle. He puts his leg there. That's how he got the penalty. And the annoying thing is when they whistle for the penalty, he was on the ground holding his leg. When the referee said it was a penalty, he got up and took the ball himself. He scored. So they knew they had to use some other ways to beat the Cameroon. If they played like man for man on the pitch without the Cameroonians would have beaten them. So they went to extra time.
Personally, I know
they went to extra time.
But my issue is that
with the day issue.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
I'm telling you, he's going. You just prepare yourself. The reason why I believe the person told me that the only reason why, and I think his father, if that person is lying, it was lying, but the reason why he even took the offer for Brother was because of this thing. Because he was even.
But most of the commentary I've also heard from Nimli and those guys and is that they had a discussion and the answer was no.
That was
That's
last
why
year.
that was why the minister himself came to throw it out here.
But that discussion that they are talking about was last year.
And this,
But I'm hearing this time there's a lot of government influence coming in, and
it's a cancer we've gotten rid of. I'm not saying his career was a cancer, but I'm saying the kind of trouble.
Because it's disruptive.
No, the issue is that you have a very powerful player in a team who is not.
But
happy.
it's the same with Ronaldo and Portugal. You know, if the country is divided. Portugal.
I know.
Some people are saying Ronaldo is done. They should
I know.
bench him.
The issue is that if he doesn't go, a lot of people will take up the responsibility. It's just like the best player getting a red card and everybody a best player missing a tournament.
even in Portugal, I was reading an article. I think
Everybody will take on some of the responsibility.
There's a 50-50. They did a poll. 50% are saying you shouldn't take Ronaldo because they think when Ronaldo is in the team, he kind of keeps them back. Because you remember that game that they won 6-0? He didn't play in that game. He was suspended. And the person who came to replace him scored a hat-trick. I've forgotten the player's name. After that match, it was during the qualifications. After that match, there was a huge debate in Portugal saying that you see what we always been saying. When Ronaldo is in the game, we might win, but we don't win, convincingly. But Ronaldo, when he was suspended, and I think he got a red card in the game before. So the other one, the person who came to replace him scored a hat-trick.
This one day.
So that thing is everywhere.
We'll go to our popular saying, Alhaji Pesa. This one, Alhaji Pesa. Alhaji Penyamasa.
So the thing is,
Alhaji Penyama, the Diane say Alhaji Pesa.
Anyway, but I'm not saying it's 100% done. He might not make it right. From what I'm hearing,
I don't want him to.
From what I'm hearing, it looks like he might go.
I don't want him to.
And apparently, some other officials, some very influential.
I know people push, but we should be smart about it.
But if, the reason why, because they were saying that Kurt said no, Otto said no, but when some other people started coming in now,
because they saw probably they will leverage that for no reduction in the World Cup budget, maybe.
Exactly. So it's
maybe
like you are vulnerable to those people because you might also need them in the future.
I won't be surprised he came to read the budget just before that meeting.
So they exactly. If government says if you want this money, we'll give it to you, but on one condition.
If I was Kofi, I'm only saying this because if I'm Kofi Adams, and
Kofi Adams is a big fan of.
Yeah, and I wanted if I wanted the day to play, that's what
I'll give you the money, but
if you don't want any cuts, you have to take it. That's what I would say. I'm not saying that's what he's doing, but
you've actually made the point.
If I was Kofi Adams and I wanted the day to make the team up, that's the first thing I would do.
Because what the person told me last year, Kurt said me, Utu said me,
it should be.
But with this year, it looks like their stance is coming down small. And Ukra has even made a great, a very great, because it could be that maybe they are leveraging on something.
Yeah, they have a leverage. That's why they are bringing it down now.
Your point is even more
they have a
realistic.
leverage.
I mean, something like that has happened.
They have a leverage.
Anyway, so
that's why he came out to come and read the budget for us. 3 months to the World Cup.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be trying to do.
You've come for negotiation.
Scratch my back and scratch your back.
Management committee members are taking 65 for the. I want to cut it to 30. We want it to be 65. Okay, let the day play.
Exactly. But I'll give you the money back. That thing happens all the time.
We shouldn't do it. We shouldn't make that mistake.
So you think his presence will disrupt the whole team?
The team has gone through a lot.
But they know him. They've played with him.
No, there'll be. Let me tell you, in football or in any situation, we have leaders and we have followers. When a leader is not around, a follower might go and follow another person.
Or somebody will
take up the leadership. Sometimes there might be friction initially. Then, in terms of that friction, but when all that forming and all those things take place in this,
ever since I started watching the Black Stars, it's always been fresh.
I know.
But
for some reason,
there was Accra Kumasi, what they call it, Kumasi Accra division.
For some reason, since Jordan took over the thing, we've not had that division. For some reason, you've never heard of anything like that.
Okay, maybe nothing major.
But still, it's even, let me tell you, they've always been those issues. That is why Black Stars, if you go to any tournament, 2 weeks before the tournament, cool. After group stages, we start having issues in camp. There's people fighting over here. By semi-finals, you have major issues.
Because
then we lose the semi-final or we lose the final. That has always been.
Before Senegal 92, you remember the captaincy issue between.
That is it's a normal thing in the Ghanaian Cup because most of our leaders too, because of no curfew, they never solve issues.
They took the captainship away from Pia with the excuse that they are going to a francophone country. Abedi speaks French.
Yes.
Pia doesn't speak French.
That is what we do.
But what they forgot that time Pia was Kotoko captain.
Yeah.
There were I think 4 or 5 other Kotoko players in the team. There was Safu Jenfree, there was Stanley Abra, there was even Prince Polly, who at that time was playing. No, Frankabankwa played qualifiers, but he didn't go to the tournament. But there was Safi Jenfree, there was Ampia, there was Frimpong Manson, there was Stanley Abra, and there was Prince Polly, who at that particular time was not playing for football, but had just left. So those people also formed, and they added Tony Yeboah. So at the point, somebody would say, "I become a Kumasi versus Accra fight."
No, this is that is why personally I don't have an issue with us being management committee members and those people follow the plan.
Because some were loyal to Pia, some were loyal to Abedi Pele. So
it's because most when we had a situation where we have people following these players when they didn't really get paid or they didn't have anything in their pocket, they go and listen to the story here. They come and tell
they
this
don't
one.
get both sides of the story.
No, they sell both sides of the story to the highest bidder. Because of both of you.
I remember one thing in Senegal 92. If Abedi scored the goal, I could predict
who
players who go and celebrate.
Yeah.
If Tony Yeboah scored,
even
and you could see
even sometimes as far as 96.
That time the Kumasi Accra thing was still there. So even the person who will pass to this, sometimes you could see he could pass.
Somebody has given a great pass, a goal, but he just walked back.
Exactly. Sometimes
somebody gives a fantastic assist and the player will score, but he will not celebrate with the player will score.
I always say, me since I was born, I haven't seen a stronger team more than the 92 team.
And in our ranking then, we're in the top 10.
Look, you had Tony Bafo, you had Isaac. You remember Isaac Asari? He had just won the Under 17 World Cup. Yeah. We had Frimpong Manson, we had Ama, we had Ampia. Midfield, we had Stanley Abra.
You are talking about the 96?
92.
92, okay.
Ali, remember Ali Ibrahim?
Yeah.
Safi Jenfree.
Yeah.
Odakti Lamptey. And
he had just come back from the.
He was with Anderlecht, but he had just won the Under 17. We had Mohamed Gabo.
Gabo did play 92?
He didn't really. He was part of the team. I'm just mentioning the squad. Okay. We had Yapreko, who also didn't get a lot of games then. And then forward, we had Abigi, we had Tony Yeboah, we had Prince Polly. And I always tell people that ever since I was born, I've never seen, even now, even those who went to the World Cup, the 2006, 2010, I've never seen a team that was stronger. You had Abigi and Yeboah.
And because I remember I had seen that those teams played on very terrible
pitches. But still,
yeah.
Because even that tournament, the 92, most of the games that we played from group stages, you could see we are not even going 100%. We are like 60% beating players. Until maybe against Nigeria in the semi-final. That was when I saw Ghana go like 4. You had to go 100 to beat Nigeria.
But
Nigeria had
I realized how good that team was when we played those two friendlies against Norway. on a better pitch.
Yeah, when we drew in Norway, right?
Yeah,
Even the Germany
we
team,
drew one and
even the Germany match, we
considered
were
it,
leading
yeah.
1-0 against Germany
Yeah.
before,
The
and
second
I heard
half.
there was a fight in the dressing room.
Yeah.
And then they came back and then
They
was
came
the
up-
6.
People didn't pass to people.
Abedi was late. And they had given a captain's band to Yeboah because Yeboah played in Germany at that time. And Abedi was late in arriving. So when Abedi arrived, they had already given the armband to Yeboah. So Abedi said no, he wants the band. So the coach had to go to Yeboah. Yeboah said, also play. So before the game, there was, and then finally, Yeboah gave. So they came, the first half, when they came, tempers were high. But we scored, I think Prince Poli scored first half. I watched, Ghana was amazing. Effenberg, Riemann, all those people, they couldn't sit up. First half, they didn't play anything. Second half, we came.
That's when we were not passing to people.
They were conceding, and remember that we had Sami Ejei, who was a defender. He played for Agro Gold at that time. Sami Ejei, he was a defender. He played for, that time was Obuasi Goldfields. Apparently, he said he was cool. He was a local player, he had never played, and I think that game was played around the time that it was very, very cold in Germany. And so he was complaining that Charlie, I never played football this time. So I think at some point they had to change him or something. But that was a team, if there was unity, they wouldn't have just ruled Africa, they would have.
As good defender, I really remember is Emmanuel Dia. No,
It's right,
Emmanuel Dia.
Is it Dia? No, he played for Hearts.
Emmanuel Ajiman Dia.
He played for Hearts.
He played for Hearts too.
He played for Hearts too.
Yeah, okay. But I remember in the high school days.
Yes. When they played in the Champions League final.
Yeah, and I believe he went to.
That was
he went to the 98 was 98 I've come to.
96 or 97.
Yeah, 97 or something.
When they played in the final.
Yeah, either 97 or.
Yeah, I remember. Ashfield had that time. The company,
97
the
was
Anglo
sponsored
Gold,
them.
and they had money.
Yeah.
So they were buying all the best players in the league. So they won the Ghana League and they went all the way to the finals of the Champions League. I remember.
It's like Raja Casablanca.
They had, is it Auguste Ahemfo? Oh no, his brother.
Yes, I think I had left Ghana by
Yeah,
then.
his brother. He had a brother, I forgot his name. He was just Tony Ahemfo. He was their main striker.
But they were good too. But I personally believe we should just kill that obstacle. We should
So let me ask you a question, and we are recording this, so it will be for the record. What if the day goes to the World Cup and he has an amazing World Cup?
I don't mind.
But you just don't. No, because I understand where you're coming from, that he might be a disruptive force, but I also believe all those things can also be sorted by people talking and everybody knowing their roles. They are boys. Your boys, we don't really take things personal like that. We can sit down and sort things out.
Okay. I know the Ghanaian culture in solving situations like that.
They will say yes there, but it's still inside.
They will worsen it. They will agree that someone will pass back just because you want something from coming to you. As someone can, they don't mind them.
In the room there, they will say yes.
Yes, yes, they don't mind them. Well, I know. I've started in boardrooms. I've dealt with groups, even with division.
But even when we went,
if we are not a smart person,
Brazil, you know, there was
somebody.
division.
But there is always division
Because when they changed Kwarasi, some players
were not happy.
When they brought in Fatal.
He said
I think there was Kevin, there was Asian, there was Wakasu.
The senior players were not happy.
And even Jordan. Some of them were not happy with the way they moved Kwarasi from there, because they thought, how can you say that because they can't speak the local language, we are removing him.
The Kwarasi thing, I'm told they played with the emotions of Asamoah.
And I think Asamoah is also, what I've heard, he doesn't like confrontation.
The issue is that
So when they meet, he just wants to do everything so that everybody will be happy.
this is also allegedly. So we concede the game and we lose. Asamoah was not happy. You get it. Then the defenders went and told him that because Kwasi speaks, I don't understand.
He said there's a communication gap because he doesn't speak Tree or Ghana.
Yeah. Then he also released the thing to the coach.
That was Kwesi
and his group.
I'm really surprised they changed it.
And
most coaches won't mind.
Yeah. And
tell you work it out.
No, I'm told the pressure allegedly came from the
above.
From above.
FA or government.
Yeah, those people.
Those people. That time too was President Mahama, right?
I'm not sure.
Yes, yeah. 2014 was it?
That's the issue. The issue is that we have a group of people who, whenever we are
professional Confucianists,
even whenever we have an issue, the first thing they look at is self-interest.
Oh yeah, that one too.
That is our biggest problem. We will not solve the problem. The first thing we look at is first interest. How will this situation benefit me? So we always have issues that linger when it could easily be solved. We always have people speaking into people's ears. Do this, do that. Don't mind them. What they are saying.
Because of what you are saying, there's one thing I've observed for a very long time. Remember in 2014, Kevin complained that there were too many people in the teams.
There are always,
which was distracting.
There are always a bunch of sycophants there.
Because I know what Germany did in Brazil. They constructed their own building
and they took their families, but the family was wives and girlfriends were in another, like the same compound, but different building. And the players, after matches, they allowed them to.
Then,
but
I almost mentioned the name, which an official will come with his children, then take picture, do this.
It was distracting because sometimes you want to concentrate again. Then take a picture with my nephew.
Then they ask the question, how are these people all here? They were sponsored by the government. So if the government is sponsoring all these people and they are spending money, eating, they've been giving pay, then why haven't I gotten my appearance fee? And that's what brought the issues.
This is what I heard. Kevin's was, according to what I heard, Kevin was victimized because apparently somebody told him to take a picture and say he did it. And they were saying that I will do it. That was even before the work had started. When I think they went to Brazil earlier to prepare. So they were saying I will do it, you know, Ghana. And he told some officials that thing that they are doing, it distracts the players because when you're in a competition, you want a very quiet atmosphere where you
I'm told allegedly the first fight also started when
the government kept promising to bring their is it per diem or bonuses?
So
and they always telling them different stories.
They hired a plane, they rented a plane.
And I heard the first hotel that
they
was very bad. They
went to the US first. They were in the US for a while. Then they hired a plane from the US to Brazil. So the officials and the people who were following the team practically took the
best way.
The first class and the business class.
The players were in the economy.
So they were moving the armrests.
It should be the other way around.
So the players were moving the armrests.
There are too many. All those people. Is it GFA executive? What do they call it?
There were children of the executives who were in the.
Where is this done?
There are children who were in the AE and the.
They should change all these things. But Kent is still doing it. The last World Cup, I hear some people went and collected $100,000 just for being there.
That's what we.
They should cut.
And now they say it's 65.
No, but still,
even if you take members of the FA,
it is not a full-time job.
Keep them in a different hotel, not where the stars are. Because the players need to concentrate on the game.
They shouldn't have access to them.
Exactly. For example, that's why I gave Germany as an example. Where Germany was, it was only officials and family that was around.
That management team, one person can do it.
Yes, it was only the players.
I always say give it to Anthony Baffin. And let's cancel this whole team.
Players, officials and family. Even the family, they were in different.
If you don't want to give it to Tony Baku, give it to George Free. If you don't want to give it to George Free, right now this guy's ban has been removed, right? The former, that would be a controversial pick though. The former Yantichi. just that job should be for one person. Just give it to one person.
They take too many people to the hotels.
You have the whole machinery of the sports ministry and the GFA to handle logistics. You don't need to hire somebody in the management to handle logistics.
The small companies. You know what I'm talking about. That is because I was one of Alan Musa was the one who blew the alarm. Like he said the 100,000 they gave him half. Since he told the press, the rest never came. So maybe that's why he came out to say that all the FA executives on
I might be wrong, but I believe what
$100,000.
happened was that they sent him the full money and they told him to send half somewhere. That's what bored him. When he sent it somewhere and he was complaining and something like that. I believe he was told to send a portion of the money somewhere.
I listened to his interview last day. He said
they
gave him half
for the transfer,
and the other half was supposed to come back because he came to the media and said that the executive members, everybody got 100,000 now. They are refusing to.
So they
should the rest of the
for
money.
accounting and transaction purposes. The money should go to who is being paid to. So when it comes to you and they tell you to give some to this or send some here and that.
Some of those things they should stop.
But
It's bad management.
We have an issue of doing
It's bad management. And there are too many people around the team. Always I complain.
If you want to rent a private jet, right? A private jet for the players, let them go.
And we can also go in another plane.
I don't hire a plane. Then put people who are not supposed to be in first class.
That's why Muntari and Kevin started the confusion because they're already angry before they even go to the tournament.
So
and I also heard
when they complain, you know what they said?
The hotel that they took there was very bad. Somebody even said some of the beds had bed bugs. I don't know whether you heard that story.
I didn't hear that part.
So they complained and they moved them
to another hotel.
And
another annoying thing too. When they complain about it, they say the players sometimes they like to stretch their legs. So when they go to the economy, they can just let the arm. Then the business can't you have a seat where it stretches?
In modern football, players are not supposed to sit in the economy.
He said the issue is that there was
not done.
When they put them there was enough space. So some were moving their armrests, then the trash seats and those things they were sitting on it.
When Liverpool was going for pre-season, beginning of this year, I followed their channel on YouTube. So you get the senior players. All the senior players were at the business class, first class, with the coaches. There were only, I think, 4 or 5 players who were at economy. It was the Rio, Tree, the small boys. It's understandable. You are now coming into, so you can sit at economy and be comfortable.
The excuse they were trying to give was that they didn't force the players to go there. The players just chose there because they wanted to sleep and stretch their legs, which is a lie because the first class and the business class.
You know Ghana. Even though we play, you know that they are then
the why do you think the FA president can come and sit in there and call them small boys and then
England, they can't do that to their team. That's confusion basically. Instead of the players should go and sit at economy whilst the FA chairman and the other people go and sit.
It wasn't just official. There were people.
They are kids.
People who were from the FA, the ministry, their kids.
Laptops.
Allegedly. Who were you? If I put this on YouTube, you can be sued. So that's allegedly.
I said laptop.
So, people got pissed. And they were eating breakfast with all these people also. Because they didn't want them to go and eat their food somewhere. They wanted them to, the FA, the cooks that the FA had, they were cooking for everybody. So they were all eating together and they were disturbing them.
Then
they will be saying that when Jordan comes in,
of course. These guys
not
play for
very
big teams.
But aside, he's naturally a very
He's
conservative person.
introverted.
Yeah.
Very intro.
So he wouldn't
he's
want
an introvert.
He wouldn't want so many people around him like
exactly.
that.
And there are players like that.
A lot of them.
Even Messi. Messi, is he Aguero or Mascherano? One of them said when they were playing in Argentina, Messi was always in his corner. Like, even though he's a captain, he'll come and speak to the team when they need a. But aside that, he's somewhere.
But he's still being the same.
Yes.
So some players want that. They don't want to be in everybody's face at the same time.
So all of these things we are saying is just to let you know that Ghana has a history of not dealing with issues.
They should realize, look, you sometimes you study the teams who win the World Cups, and you should realize what they do right. It's not that they are superhuman too. It's because management is Germany, England, Brazil,
Let me ask you a question.
Argentina, Germany.
Let's talk. Why do you think can go to a tournament then one of our best midfielders has 2 suspensions, so we don't take him to the tournament?
He has to. I don't get it.
Like Kingston.
Yeah. The 2006.
But you are sitting here thinking about.
No, they said it was 3 matches.
No, it was 2. You already said 1.
I thought it was 3 matches. That's why they didn't.
It was.
But they said
No.
if we didn't qualify out of the.
It was.
It would be useless taking.
It was 3 matches, but I had already said 1 against the Zimbabwe match, which he didn't play. And we lost.
So it means 2 games.
It was just 2 games.
They could have taken him. Up to now, I'm still sad that I never experienced the World Cup.
So you are thinking about we should look at what Germany does, because your mind is that we are capable of winning it.
Yes, because
They went there thinking we are coming. They went there thinking we are coming back after the first round. I didn't know.
Because look,
this is what you should understand the kind of people who are leading us.
Nowadays, I watch a lot of YouTube documentaries about how players, how teams prepare. I've watched one with the Germans. I've watched one with the Brazilians. Recently, I was watching one. What's this other team? The Argentina, the 2022. And you realize that, Charlie, the way the management is, those people, they treat them like kings. So you don't really.
When Germany was even going to the Brazil World Cup, they understood the hits and everything. So if they even altered how they play, how they slow the game down, and all those things. But
they are living with their living arrangement.
Yes.
They built their own hotel.
Everything.
They took their families there.
Yeah.
The wives and girlfriends lived in a separate building, whilst they also. But after every game, the players were allowed to go to visit their kids and girlfriends. And then when there was a game, they were not allowed to. There was always, but there was an agreement. They spoke to them, so they were comfortable. And even some of the players are saying that was one of the reasons why they won. Because usually when you go and you can't, play with your kids or have conversations with your wife, it affects you sometimes. So to them, it was really a nice thing that they did.
But my issue is that we naturally.
Because people are looking to enrich themselves.
Yes.
When these
that is how
arise.
We are short-sighted when it comes to issues like that. We always think about us first and not the team, not Ghana, nothing. We've been trained like that. It is something that has been imprinted in our brains. Even we, the ones we tell ourselves we are not corrupt, we are smarter, we won't do this. We are trained to look at ourselves first before everybody. Then it affects us in everything. When you take the day there, every issue that will come, it will be solved. Leave him and let us stay with Jordan.
Yes, but the thing is,
if our World Cup success has to come with an IU, we have chosen Jordan.
But
Jordan is our IU. They should stay home.
I'm sure Jordan too will love the league to come.
Oh no.
Are you sure?
That is for him, but we don't want to.
He'll love his big brother.
He's been without him for almost 2 years. He's okay. He hasn't died. He's practically giving us
from what I've heard.
Since Samuajan left, Jordan has been the best captain.
Oh yeah, like ever since he took over,
they took us to a World Cup.
Yeah,
acceptable. He took us to a few African Cup of Nations, about 2. 2019.
He became captain in 27. 17, right?
2019.
When did you become captain?
2019.
That was when you became captain.
Yeah.
So,
Which one was at Egypt? 2019, right?
the Africa Cups. That was one. Especially, I know 2017, the one that Cameroon eliminated us. That one, who was it?
So
I
we
forgot it. Let me check.
went to 2019 in Egypt, I believe so.
Because
If it's 2017 in Egypt, then that was when. Because Asamoah's last tournament was in Egypt, but I didn't really play. I just came on for Tunisia or something like that when we were losing against.
is it 2019?
Yeah.
It's Egypt.
Egypt, yeah. That was the first time it was made captain.
Yeah, okay, 2019. And
He took us to the next one. I don't know if it was next two or next one.
because I remember because of COVID, it was sort of almost every year. After
Yeah.
COVID,
After-
we did
after.
two.
So there was 2022 and 2023.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
And we haven't done well in any of those. So
But at least he has played in two finals.
Yeah.
Played in 2010.
nobody is diluting that for him.
Is it 2013 or 2014? When did we get it? 2013, right? I think so.
But nobody is diluting that fact for him. He has been practically
because
in this week.
So you gave a reason that it was because it will come and disrupt. But some people are also saying that
The last tournament was disrupted.
his football is finished.
No.
Some people are also saying that. They are saying he's done.
I've seen the highlights of the games, even when we went to Le Havre or
But some people are saying he's finished. That's the reason why. Some people are also saying that it might cause a power dynamic.
No,
Power
it shouldn't go
dynamic.
because of the distraction, the power dynamics and all those. It shouldn't go. It should.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
The coach also says he doesn't want
What
it.
if in the next month he does extremely well for his team?
No.
I want to, but that's not fair.
Even if he scores 30 goals, it shouldn't go.
That one I don't agree.
30
I
goals.
think if he plays well and he's on form,
There are times when
he should go.
there are